Hi, this is Richard Gage with Architects and Engineers for 9/11 Truth. We're here at One Post Street in San Francisco speaking with State Director for Dianne Feinstein, Senator, and he brought with him a 45-year explosives expert, Don Hansen, who proceeded to shut our presentation down almost immediately without being open to it at all, stating, well, I've seen all your stuff, I've read all your stuff, and through the questions and answers it became exceedingly obvious that he hadn't seen or read much of any of it. He wasn't interested in learning anything, he was simply declaring that it would be impossible. As Jim Hoffman cited, I am not convinced and I will not be convinced. And this is what we come up against. It is the emotional programming that governs rationality in a lot of people, in all of us presumably, but him more than others in the case of 9/11 evidence, which we brought and presented before we were shut down. But we proceeded to present more evidence, nanothermite, spheres, lateral ejection, free fall acceleration, building 7 evidence coming straight down against 40,000 tons of structural steel. All of that evidence was meaningless to him because he could not conceive of how it could be possible that such a conspiracy could happen, because after all, we would have heard about it by now, somebody would have talked, our government wouldn't do this to us. All of these excuses for not thinking, for not looking at the evidence, for not being awake enough and willing enough to have an open mind, even though they said, oh, I have an open mind. That doesn't make an open mind. It's fascinating, the psychology we're up against in presenting the evidence for explosive demolition to people who can't conceive of it. It's like pouring water into a cup that's already full. It can't go in. So I was ready to leave after 10-15 minutes, but I sat through a whole lot of other denials of evidence as we presented other points in addition to the buildings, the hijackers, the airline put options, the other evidence that we went through. We ran out of batteries.
This one's still going?
Good.
Keep going.
So we're done with this office, I think.
Yeah, they're probably done with us too.
They're done with us. So we'll go to where we can be heard, and we won't stop. Thanks.
Okay, fabulous.